We are back at it again. This time we took a trip to Louisville, Kentucky, and we stopped at this one great little distillery that everybody should know about, which is Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill got a lot of history with it. I mean, the landscape of the place, the building structure, the whole place was just laid out beautifully. Like I said, me and the missus, we took a trip to Kentucky, and one of the first places we stopped was the Heaven Hill Bourbon Experience. I mean, great spot. So if you're ever out in Kentucky, take a look at it. I mean, stop at Heaven Hill's Distillery and enjoy yourself. Well, if you don't know who Heaven Hill is it makes so many different expressions. You might like, oh, when you see him, like for example, larceny. Heaven Hill makes larceny, and that's a great pour. Heaven Hill actually owns Old Fitzgerald, and that's another great pour. So it's a lot of bottles of bourbon out there that you might be sipping on that you didn't know that Heaven Hill owned. For example, Elijah Craig. I mean, a lot of folks drink the Elijah Craig, they know it. And you also know Evan Williams is owned by Heaven Hill. So how about that? One more for you. You got over there, you see it right there? The Benham. That's owned by Heaven Hill. So Heaven Hill has a lot of expressions. So like I said, here the expressions, Four Brothers. You got Parkers, you got Old Fitzgeralds, you got Elijah Craig, you got Larceny, you even got the Rittenhouse. I mean, you got the Heaven Hill Select. Those bottles come cast strength and all different kinds. But now, like I said before, they got a lot of history at this place. I mean, it's just like walking into a museum of straight bourbon knowledge that is brought to you by Heaven Hill Distilleries. Well, a lot of folks don't know Heaven Hill had a big major fire in 1996. Lost a lot of property, a lot of bourbon, but like they said inside the tour, all the major distilleries stuck together and they brought this back and they helped each other out, and they actually got Heaven Hill back on their feet. And to this day, Heaven Hill is just been cranking out bourbon and bourbon. Like I said, the history in this place, I mean, it's set up like a museum. You can read a lot, you can learn a lot. It's an awesome spot. I mean, plus don't forget they got the great juice. So we took a tour, we walked around the place. I mean, we enjoyed it. Me and my wife, we just read up some of the history. Matter of fact, there she is right there. You know, here are some of the products right here, or the small batches that they make. So, you know, give you an idea of what they have out there and what they do own and create. So, you see, look at that. Mellow Corn, they do that. Henry McKenna, everybody like Henry McKenna, you know. Larceny, there you go again. Evan Williams Single Barrel, here we go again. But Bourbon 101, this right here, a little structure teach you about the process of making bourbon. I mean, it's the whiskey types and styles on this board right here. I mean, it was awesome in there, man. You had a lot of knowledge that you can get and learn from. So if you're ever out in Louisville or out in near Kentucky and you want to do some distillery tours, stop at Heaven Hill. Like, this little board was kind of cool to me. It explained each one of the names for what they did for the history of bourbon. Like, for example, Elijah Craig, Henry McKenna, the Isaac Brenham. You know, so each one of them did something. So if you want, you can stop it, pause it, and take a read at it, or even take your trail self down there to the distillery. Like I said, Elijah Craig I think that's one of the number one pumpers out of there. So they do a lot of promotion of Elijah Craig in there. We all went in there and made some bottles. You know, we went for the little tour and sat down and listened to it, did a tasting. It was awesome. But then at the end of the tasting, they gave us a chance to buy an expression that you want that you can't really get in the store. So, you know, we had to jump on that little program. So like I said, you got a lot of history in here. It's like walking through a museum of natural. It's like a museum all day, like I said. So, you know, take a look around, understand it. It's incredible in there. I mean, they put a lot of money behind here, and you know where that money come from, that good old juice. But like I said, here go the small batch wall, all your Elijah Craigs. I mean, you got your small batch Elijah Craig, you got your barrel proof, you got your toasted barrel. I mean, you even got you see what ones they got out there. So there's so many different kind of expressions of Elijah Craig. There's so many different kind of expressions of the Henry McKenna's and the Evan Williams, and you know, just so many different expressions. You even got the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. That's a great one. This right here just give you the information about how you read the top of the barrel. So each reason, each number, date, year, where the rick house is at, that's definitely on that. They give you a little special to decode the barrel right there. Take a look at that. If you want to pause, you can pause it yourself. But nah, that's cool knowledge to know what's on the barrel, what's these numbers and things are on the barrel. A little more history on there. They go back, show you all kinds of history about the Bottle and Bond Act. And this is their Bottle and Bond, all their Bottle and Bond stuff that they got. So, take a look at that. We go on down here to the little other brick house. Now, this is all Old Fitzgerald. I mean, there's so many expressions of that. It's ridiculous. These bottles go for a hell of a price nowadays, too. So, those are decanter bottles. They're looking real nice. These bottles down here was actually donated, I guess, by naysayers or folks that come there. So, they got a lot of history in there. So if you ever stop out there and you in Louisville or you in Kentucky or you out there and where Heaven Hill is at, or it's a lot of other great distilleries, hey, pop into Heaven Hill. You might find some fun, get some knowledge, learn something. But it's Bourbon Headzzz, man. We enjoy what we do here. We go out there and learn this history on this bourbon and try to bring it back to you. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe, follow that link, keep drinking that bourbon, folks. Don't give up. Keep on drinking that bourbon. But like I said, hit that link, follow, hit that subscribe, enjoy yourself. Come on down. Hey, a little couple pictures of us making our own bottles out there. Peace.